Green flag for heat race number 1 the next time by. The high side when they reach that stripe over in turn 4. Green flag is waving. Heat race number 1 is underway. Down the front stretch into the first corner. It's a drag race. Paul McMahon down low. Shane Stewart way up over the cushion. Paul McMahon takes the inside line around Jason's sides, but it'll be Chad Kavanaugh leading lap number 1 with Brandon Wimmer running second. Side by side for third between Joey Saldana and Jack Hodenshield. And right now, Greg Delansky in the final transfer spot, but he's challenged by the 13 of Paul McMahon. McMahon and Delansky going at it for the final transfer spot down the backstretch. Give it to the Auto Value Parts Stores number 2. The Wild Child down low on a turn 4 goes side by side with the Budweiser number 9 of Joey Saldana, but Saldana has position as they reach turn 1. Chad Kavanaugh, trouble over turn number 2, caught upside down. It is Shane Stewart. Shane Stewart, a wild ride, end over end, comes to rest on his side between the first and second corners, bringing out the red flag. And we have good news. Shane Stewart out of the car and walking away. Shane Stewart out of the car over there between turns 1 and 2. And Dow Carnahan, a rough ride for Shane Stewart. We saw him get up over the cushion on the opening lap and just happened to look up and see the car doing a couple of endos on the high side of turn 1.
I saw him. He was pretty high in the sky. He was definitely up in the air.
So we have red flag conditions on the speedway with 2 of the 8 laps complete here in heat race number 1. Here's the way they roll. It's the 8K of Chad Kavanaugh out in front, running in the second spot, the 0 of Brandon Wimmer. In third, it's the R19 of Jack Hodenshield. Lining up fourth for the restart will be the number 2 of Joey Saldana, and in the fifth and final transfer position, it will be the number 2 of Craig Delansky. Restarting sixth, the 13 of Paul McMahon. In seventh, the 7S of Jason Sides. In eighth, the 92V of Matthew Reed. In ninth, the 15M of Charlie Holben. And restarting in 10th will be the 33 of Brent Mattis.
Tony, you mentioned
down Saturday night at Paducah International Raceway before the rains came. We managed to get 2 heat races in Saturday night, and then the rain wiped out the program. So when it's made up, I believe the date July 28th, when we go back to Paducah, it'll be just like we've never been there, and everything starts all over from scratch. Slowly into turn 3. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Jack Hodenshield low in 1 and 2, trying to steal second from Brandon Wimmer. They'll go side by side and down the back straightaway. The Wild Child has it as Jason Sides slips over the edge of the banking in turn 2. Jason Sides gathers it back up and is falling to the rear of the field. Now McMahon makes the pass up Delansky for the transfer spot. Paul McMahon ducked down low in 3 and 4, got by Craig Delansky, and now McMahon's starting to pull away just a bit as they race down the backstretch. Now Delansky coming back at him one more time. Craig Delansky's going to try a slide jump of his own into 3 and 4, but it will not work. Paul McMahon holds onto the transfer spot as we reach the halfway point. 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go in heat race number 1, and Delansky not giving up on that transfer spot. He and McMahon now side by side once again into turn 3. Paul McMahon fights for the bottom of the racetrack. Delansky tries to get even lower. McMahon a little sideways. Craig Delansky trying to take advantage. They'll go side by side into 1 and 2 once again. This time the crowd pleaser goes up to the cushion. Delansky coming after McMahon for the transfer spot. McMahon still able to hold on. Meanwhile, Joey Saldana trying to get by Brandon Wimmer for the third spot. Here's Delansky to the inside. McMahon taps the wall on a turn 4. Paul McMahon got the right rear up over the cushion. Just a slight tap of the wall exiting turn 4, but still holds onto the transfer spot. White flag waving for race leader Chad Kavanaugh with Jack Hodenshield closing in. Delansky sideways in turn 4, and that allows Paul McMahon to pull away by 5 car lengths. Down the backstretch for the final time, it'll be Chad Kavanaugh getting the win in heat race number 1. Jack Hodenshield will finish second. In third, it'll be Brandon Wimmer. In fourth, Joey Saldana. And the fifth and final transfer spot goes to the 13 of Paul McMahon, and the Outlaw point leader is headed for the last chance showdown. Here's the official finish of heat race number 1. Chad Kavanaugh victorious in the 8K. Second, the R19 of Jack Hodenshield. In third, the 0 of Brandon Wimmer. Finishing fourth, the 9 of Joey Saldana. And the fifth and final transfer spot goes to the 13 of